racing, a fantastic industry to be involved in, but not one that it's particularly easy to break into. Well, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed and Godolphin are setting about trying to change all of that. It was a groundbreaking day when new approach colt Masar became the first to win the Derby in the Godolphin Blue, scorching to victory under William Buick at Epsom.
Furlong to race in the Derby, and it is Masar, Roaring Lion in second, then DXB. Saxon Warrior can't go on, but Masar can, and finally the Godolphin Blue will be carried to victory in the Derby. A first classic for Charlie Appleby, a first Derby for William Buick.
What not many people realise, however, is that he is named after the scholarship programme of the same name. Masar Godolphin was born in September 2016. When His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, decided to give a select group of young UAE nationals the chance of a lifetime to travel to the UK and Ireland and immerse themselves in the exciting world of horse racing. Aged between 20 and 30, successful applicants must fight off hundreds of others for a place on the coveted scheme, where having a passion for horses isn't just a desire, it's essential. There are 9 trainees, who are all strangers when they met at the start of the year. The course has 4 phases: an induction in Dubai, initial training at the British Racing School in Newmarket, several weeks on work placement, and 2 weeks in Ireland, arguably the centre of the bloodstock world. In some ways, it's a more condensed version of the 2-year Godolphin Flying Start programme, which began in 2003 and has turned out successful graduates into all areas of the racing industry. We'll be following them on the Newmarket step of their journey, getting to know all 9 trainees as they adapt to life in the UK, including mucking out, getting stuck in, and possibly overturning some common perceptions about what Emirati life is really like. First though, it's time to introduce them, starting with the 5 girls. Fatima will be on placement at the studs, while former UAE international high jumper Alia will be based at the Godolphin offices, along with keen show jumper Khaloud. That leaves conservationist and experienced rider Noor to head to the pre-training yard, along with student Lamia, who has put her university course on hold to join the programme. The 4 boys are all aged between 21 and 24 and have a variety of equestrian experience. Mohammed and Sultan have endurance backgrounds, while Abdulaziz has already experienced success as an owner. That leaves Ali, who will attempt to switch his show jumping skills for race riding ones. We'll be alongside to see how they get on. Before we meet this year's trainees, I want to check in with one of the class of 2017. Sultan Al Amari has been brought up here on the outskirts of Abu Dhabi. This is his family stables. As you can see, he's been brought up with horses, but this is worlds away from Newmarket. I want to find out just how daunting it was being in that first intake of Masar students and what it is that he got out of the scheme. A little bit about Masar, because you were on the first year. Was that quite sort of daunting? Because you didn't probably know really what to expect, did you?
I don't think any of us really knew what to expect, but it was great being on the first batch, kind of pioneers in a way. No, it was a very interesting course. I mean, we all learnt a lot to be thrown into the deep end of the racing industry. Some of us had backgrounds, some of us didn't. No, it was definitely worth our time.
What was the best part of the sort of 9 months on the Masar course for you?
Just to have the opportunity to be surrounded by the best. I think if you're surrounded by people that are the best at what they do, you're definitely going to learn something. You know?
Were there any sort of difficult parts? Because obviously you're living with a group of people that you don't perhaps know that well before you went over there, and it's a different environment.
Yeah, they could have started a reality show with us in the house. Of course, whenever you have a group of people living together, there's going to be drama. But we're all teammates. I mean, for a lot of us, they hadn't spent that much time away from home. So we did develop a sense of family. You know, we were very close group. That was a challenge, but now we overcame it, and yeah, we definitely did enjoy our time.
And since you come back, you're now training, you've gone back to endurance. How did that come about?
We're all very thankful, Emirati youth, to have our leaders that are very willing to sponsor us and give us the opportunities to follow our dreams, really. I'm training for His Highness Sheikh Mansour now. I've got a handful of horses. So I think, what's the expression, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, I'll see where we go. I mean, this season might be a bit of a quiet one, just to get my feet planted in the industry with my own horses and see where we go. See where we go with it.
Hi, good to see you. Before going to meet the trainees, we grab a word with Godolphin Managing Director Hugh Anderson, who explains a little more about the concept of Masar Godolphin.
I think the first I heard of it was in the summer of 2016, and His Highness had come up with this idea of trying in a way to replicate the Flying Start programme, which has been such a success for so many years, but very much to concentrate on UAE nationals, young UAE nationals, to give them an insight into this industry that he's so passionate about. And like everything at Godolphin, we were told about it, told to get on with it, given some instructions, and within 6 months it was up and running. And it took a lot of work from people at Godolphin, a lot of work finding the right candidates, but I think right from early 2017 it was obvious we'd got a very good set of young Emirati nationals. They had a fantastic year. We were really pleased with it, and now we're on to the second year.
Day-to-day responsibility for the project falls to Emirati Ali Al-Ali, a former professional pilot with a love of horses. His job starts with the recruitment process. Not an easy one, with more than 300 applicants coming forward in year 2.
Masar means path. So it's His Highness's idea to call it Masar, and he thought, I mean, I don't know how the name came about, but it does make a lot of sense. It's a path that these young UAE nationals walk through to get to an end goal, and that's the vision of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, to create new leaders in the industry, not just for Dubai, not just for the UAE, but around the globe as well.
We'll hear more from Ali later, but it's time to meet 3 of the trainees, who are already installed in Newmarket when our cameras arrive. The trainees will all be on placement for a total of 7 weeks, moving between the Godolphin offices, studs, training yards and outside bases, including John Gosden and Simon Crisford. There's a lot to take in a relatively short space of time. The trainees have all been here in Newmarket for about a month, but today is actually the first day that they're going to head out on placements. 3 of them are here at beautiful Godolphin HQ. Ali, Alia and Khaloud are inside learning the ropes with the marketing team. We've come along to be a bit of a fly on the wall and find out how they're getting on what is always a bit of a tricky first day. The 3 trainees in the marketing department have all been assigned a job which will shape much of their time in the UK, hosting a marquee at Godolphin's prestigious Stallion Parade during Dali July Cup Week. It's a big task, and the trio are already well into the planning stages.
We have a marquee, just basically to get people to know about Masar, the programme, and just tell them what we've been doing and the main things we've learned, and just to spread the word about Masar, because not a lot of people really understand what the programme is.
Am I right in thinking it's the first time they've done this marquee for Masar?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and do you feel the same as a few people that still don't quite know perhaps what it is, what it's all about?
Yes, we have encountered few people, including the media in UK. They don't have any idea what is actually Masar Godolphin, especially when Masar won the Derby and they asked why Masar, and we told them that there is a Masar Godolphin program related for Godolphin supported by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. I think it's going to be a great idea that we actually open a parade, especially for Godolphin, for Masar Godolphin, for everyone to know what actually this program is for.
And I don't think people actually know that the horse was named after the programme. It wasn't the other way around, so yeah.
I think that's something really.
And I think there's also a lack of education, not only in UK, also in UAE as well. There are lots of people who are not even into horse riding. They don't know exactly what's Masar Godolphin, what people are doing in UK, and what's the aim of this programme as well.
Also very involved in the project is mechanical engineering graduate Ali, who's finding the transition to marketing very different to anything he's done before.
Actually, it's our first day and it's a bit busy and we have a lot of work. They assigned a lot of work for us, but we're kind of excited and we're up for a challenge.
We've spoken to the girls who are sort of planning the Majlis for July week. Are you working with them or have you got a different project?
Yeah, actually, for this month, I'm going to be the group leader. So I'm going to be in charge of most of the things, especially for the Stallion Parade, because it's going to represent the whole Masar team. And me and Ali and Khulud, the two girls who you just met, are going to be working on the design of the Stallion Parade, and we're going to be working on more about the presence of the Masar team in the Stallion Parade and the arrangements, and if we can kind of add the sense of culture to that parade and make it as much interesting as possible.
I guess this is all quite new for you because you've got an engineering background, haven't you? So marketing's a new thing?
Yeah, it's much different, I can tell you, but a lot more interesting. The marketing aspect in many companies is a very important department, and it's very interesting. I'm looking forward for what's next. Hello, Bobby.
Hi,
How are you
Ali.
doing?
Come on in.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you
Have a
too.
seat. Have a
Thank
seat.
you.
Bobby Britton has been head of Godolphin marketing for 2 years. He's keen to make the most of the trainees, not only as role models, but also as consumers.
It's an absolute pleasure to see talented, inspired and enthusiastic people from the UAE coming to Newmarket and to Ireland to be involved in the horse racing industry, all obviously inspired by Sheikh Mohammed's incredible vision to make a sustainable industry in the UAE and in Dubai specifically. This is the second year, obviously, of the programme, and I think it goes from strength to strength. I think the students this year have been incredibly motivated, extremely keen to learn, and I told them back in February when they started to make like sponges, to be as open as possible to all of the experiences that they have. And I think whatever we are now, 4 months in, they are really living by that maxim, so it's fantastic.
And from a marketing point of view, I suppose it's got to be a positive thing that you've got them going out and about promoting Godolphin, talking about the positives in the operation, and also from a slightly different point of view, the fact that they're bilingual and can do it in 2 languages, does that help?
Definitely. Well, I think even more fundamentally, they are our consumers as well. So they are fans of the industry, fans of Godolphin first and foremost. So in fact, for example, Ali, who's working with us on placement at the moment, first and foremost, what I'd like him to be is a consumer, is the voice of the people that we're talking to tell us whether or not the things that we're doing, the platforms that we're using, the content that we're putting out is appealing to that audience, because they are first and foremost, as I say, part of that audience in the first instance. And then I think on top of that, very definitely anything that we can do to inspire that generation, that cohort of Emirati leaders to go back to Dubai and begin to make the industry as sustainable as possible has to be a good thing.
The 4 boys stay some 3 kilometres outside of Newmarket, in the pretty village of Chively. Mohammed, sometimes known to his classmates by his surname of Mardood, is the first to get up in the mornings.
Just in case anyone thinks it's a holiday for these trainees, I can tell you it really isn't, because at the moment it's 4:27 in the morning and we've come to wake up my dude. He's going to placement at Charlie Appleby's, which of course means an early start. Let's see if he's awake. It's not looking good. Oh no, here he is. He is awake. Good morning, my dude. How you doing?
How are you? Oh, good. How are you?
Up bright and early?
Yeah, everybody's asleep.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
omelets. What about you?
Wow, I'm impressed by your organisation this time of the morning.
Future jockey.
Is this the first time you've lived away from home?
Yeah, this is my first time and I'm actually enjoying it. Especially changing from Arab culture to totally English culture. It is quite different, but I'm managing myself. I'm trying to adapt because I'm quite inside the racing industry right now. The new market itself, it is fun. Nothing expected from me to do right now, but it is fun to do. And yesterday I used my bike to go to mountain paddocks. On Google Maps it said 17 minutes. I reached 40 minutes later. And people were looking at me, this guy, it's like 29 degrees, which is hot in here, and he's still on the bike.
Mohammed spent his first day on placement at Charlie Appleby's yard with the farriers, something which he's keen to know more about.
Homework?
It's not homework actually. The farrier, he gave it to me so I can start learning more about the horses. So, no foot, no horse. This is like beginner 101. I have to read all of this just to understand what are the concepts, what I'm facing. If I want to engineer something new into this industry, I have to learn about the horse and the hoofs from the beginning, so I can know what are the problems that I'm gonna face in the future time. Maybe yes, maybe no. And according to the farriers, not all of these I'm gonna face in my life, but once I face it, I have to read these to know about it. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Read to grab the information that I need.
Mohammed heads in with driver Tom to start the second day of his placement, and we tag along, first being introduced to Derby winner Masar, namesake of the programme.
This is our Derby winner, Masar, our first Godolphin Derby winner. He's by new approach. Yeah, he did a fantastic job in the Derby.
Mohammed has teamed up with barn manager Nadeem to learn the ropes. With more than 160 horses in situ, this is one of the busiest yards in Newmarket, so there's plenty to learn.
We're going more down.
More down?
Yeah, like recovering more joints.
Okay.
You've done this before.
In Dubai and the British Racing School, because we had our initial basics of handling horses in the British Racing School, so I became an expert in this. Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
It can happen on the bride.
There's a wealth of experience on the staff at Godolphin. And Derby-winning ex-jockey Willie Ryan takes Mohammed over to the private gallops, where he sees first lot go through their paces.
Usually in the winter time, you go for one more spin, right? Or it's just a normal?
Like, yeah, they can. They'll just do pretty much the same.
Okay.
You know, there's not too much variation.
Mm-hmm. I've got the list with me. I'm an important person right now.
Trainer Charlie Appleby has now had 2 years of experience with Masar trainees and feels the programme can only be a benefit to the racing industry as a whole.
This is a new year this year, and you know, a great team again. They've all started their placements now, and we've got Mohammed here on his 2-week placement. So you know, he's very enthusiastic, and you know, the main thing is that they enjoy it. And if you're enjoying something, hopefully you're going to learn a lot more. And so like, you know, he seems to be enjoying it, and hopefully he's picking up you know, or learning from each discipline what we have in the yard as respects to the, you know, spend a bit of time with the farrier, spend some time with the vet, spend some time with myself, and generally on the yard, you know, seeing how it runs and how the management team are working to try and find success, hopefully.
And do you think it's important that Godolphin are trying to sort of educate the next generation of Emiratis a little bit more about flat racing?
For sure, because as we've seen year on year, you know, the carnival's getting bigger, and the local racing is getting bigger as well. And they're getting, new trainees are coming in each year, and jockeys, from the Emiratis there. And I feel that the more that we can, hopefully educate them in the industry in respects to what's happening in Europe and around the rest of the world, then once they decide on what their careers are going to be, whether it be jockeys or trainers or just in the management of horse racing, then hopefully they can take that back to the UAE, and we'll be able to make use of what they've learned.
This is the farrier workshop. We have everything over here. All shoe sizes, all types of shoes, anything that the horses needs is over here. Here is the, what do you call it, engineering part of the industry. So this is the jockey rest area. These are the jockeys and practice riders. You're okay to be filmed, right? Yeah. These are. How much do you want?
1,000.
1,000 what? You have to put the currency. English. Okay. Over here is the bandage room. Most of the horses have their bandages. They need bandages after training. They got the blankets over here. We have full equipment over here, and mountain paddocks. Anything that the horses need is over here. We got bandages in all sizes and many types. It's all to accommodate the horse, makes him feel well rested.
Coming up next time, Noor mucks in at the pre-training yard.
Yeah, they always give back.
Shy Fatima meets some Bolshi foals.
No fighting, please. I love her name.
What is her name then?
Meditation.
And Chauffeur Tom tells us what drives him around the bend.